Oh, hi, it's Christoffer, coming to you wild and at least nearly live from Oulu. As you can see in this episode, we're still raiding Fingersoft's office. And we do have a very special treat for you at the end of the show. But before we go and check that out, we need to find someone, because I need to ask him what it is to be a real game designer. Come with me. Okay, so how does a person end up becoming a game designer? What was your path coming to this place?
I've always been a very passionate gamer before I came to the industry. Then I actually did computer graphics before game design and ended up here at Fingersoft as a game artist. And because we had a pretty small crew and the job positions were flexible and so forth, I ended up in like designing games. So that's my story in a nutshell.
And is this the area you wanted to
get
into?
Yeah, because of my passion and stuff like that, I always wanted to like design games. And of course, making graphics is part of it, but the mechanics were very interesting to me.
So in what area of the roadmap or what point do you get involved? Are you already in the sketching phase, or like in past games you have made here?
Well, currently I'm prototyping games, so I'm trying to invent like interesting scenarios to play out and different systems of like game systems, like player gives input and something happens and it's fun or not, and so forth.
Okay. So before you came into this company, you worked at some other game development companies before?
Actually one game development company, and then I worked at visual stuff, so as a like a advertisement company.
Mm-hmm. How would you compare the feeling environment at the workplace?
We have a much more competent team here than I've had before. And there's still a lot of flexibility because we're not like a huge company. We're like, I would say, indie studio still. And it's very fun to work here because the environment is so inspiring, and there's so many different things you can like take part in.
So you already mentioned a few things about game designing, but if you can say maybe 3 things that you need to have, 3 skills or something that you need to have to be able to be a good game designer,
maybe,
or things that you look for when
you have to be really analytical, and you have to be able to deconstruct like big things. Like, for instance, if you have popular FPS shooter game, you have to be able to see past all the like glitter and see what's making it like fun.
So how do you get games into production here at Fingersoft? Do you have like a jury that selects all the games? You go to download games and test them out and try them, and then you put them on a jury? Or how does it work if you're publishing or creating a game?
Well, what we do is we start working on a small prototype, maybe a pitch or just a pitch or a few pages first, and then you talk with the few people. You pitch them the idea, and if they get like excited and want to like give like input or something, it gets a little bit further, and then you maybe have a first playable prototype at some point, and the people involved with a certain prototype get bigger and bigger as the further it goes, and as it gets bigger, you can get more input on how is it going basically. after it's like the base game loop has been like is basically prototyped. Then we like have this jury type of meeting, and we'll decide that if it's worth publishing or going like developing even further.
So you said that you mentioned that there's nothing really new out there anymore, you know.
Well, that was
game-wise. Yeah, but
of course, there's new things if you count like, but like all the well, I don't want to say, but well, maybe it's I say anyways. All the basic like the most basic elements. I think it's really hard to come up with a new one, but of course with all these elements you can combine them differently, and it gets like radically different results.
So you mentioned that when you look for games and you try different things out, what is the difference between a good game and an awesome game?
If I knew that, I would probably be a millionaire, right?
Oh, I thought you were. Thought I was going to ask the right question.
Yeah, so. Well, I don't know. I only have this list in my head, which like the points have to be like if it's too complex, you can't play, and the less complexity there is, the easier it is for the intended audience to get what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's the whole different side. If you look at the narrative type of games, which are more like linear paths of experiencing things, it's but it's still the debate is still on. Are they even games? But I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. To answer your question, I don't know what's a fun game, but there's few things you can consider.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. That you have some things that you look for when you say, "Oh, is it a good or not game?" One of our viewers asked, thank you for asking, why do you have to grind so much in HCR2 to get all the upgrades you want? Why all the grinding?
Yeah,
you want it easy.
Yeah, if everybody could have everything right away, then there wouldn't be any point to like doing anything.
There you hear. Yeah. You should grind because that's part of the game. Right, I kind of understand it because I get frustrated as well. But if it's not difficult, if you get everything in the beginning.
But of course, it's a completely different question. That the amount of grind, that it's a fine balance which we can like only validate when we get the game to the crowds and get feedback on it and such like. So the amount of grind shouldn't be too much.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think it's pretty balanced.
So we touched upon where the gaming industry is going, probably more mobile, probably more AR, VR, different like that. Where do you see your company in this whole? Because it's going in so many directions. Where do you feel is your strength, and where do you want to develop?
Well, our strength obviously is physics-based racing games at the moment, but we're considering all different opportunities and options. So I don't know. Future tells. If we like come up with a great Steam game idea or VR game idea, there's nothing stopping us from pursuing that.
So you can go wherever you feel like.
Well, no, of course not. But
wherever the money trail leads you.
Yeah. Of course, there has to be market for it for it to work.
What would you be doing right now if you wouldn't be developing games?
That's a good question, because I would probably be developing games on my own, but maybe I would have a different day job. So
if you just totally forgot about developing games?
Yeah, probably graphics.
Part of your...
I would probably still be in the advertisement agency. So.
Cool. Any last words, last wishes, or?
No last words.
Okay. Thank you. Kiitos.
Thanks.
Okay, Ville. So we've been running around your office all day long. And first of all, the office is huge because I'm dead tired. And we've been talking to a lot of your colleagues and a lot of your employees about the company and why you're here in Oulu and things like that. So I heard some stories you had to travel quite a lot while you were moving here. So what's the story with that?
Yeah, I was actually I was in China first. We actually have a Chinese publisher, half Finnish company called My Games.
Okay.
And was visiting them, talking about Hill Climb Racing 2 being published in China. And also after that, what else was it? Oh yeah, we went to visit Hangzhou, which was kind of a city-to-city visit because Oulu is a sister city of Hangzhou.
Okay.
So there were some city officials and business Oulu people, and we kind of tagged along as kind of company representatives. So we went there. What else then?
What size city?
Hangzhou, I think it was around over 10 million, but might be. In China, it's always like they say like about.
Okay.
They don't really know how many people there are in any city.
Yeah. So, but more than in Oulu.
Yeah.
More people than in Oulu. Cool. In the community, there's a lot of game developers in Finland, right? And there's a lot of support for developers in the business side and in the school side. But then there's also a lot of communities like IGDA is very actively supporting game developers in Finland. What is their localization like here in Oulu?
Yeah, IGDA has been really a big, I think, influencer in Oulu. They are like the main kind of, how would I say, like the main event organizer, I think, in like a lot of cities, because as companies we tend to think practically. We only arrange events if there's some kind of point, some kind of direct thing coming from it. But IGDA has no like agenda. Well, the only agenda is that they make people connect and help them. So that's really nice and big thing. And I think that's why IGDA Finland, I think, is now the biggest IGDA chapter in the world. So yeah.
Because of the active.
Yeah, it's like
activity.
Yeah, for some reason, I guess maybe because Finnish people are already like these organization type people. Like what's the RY?
Like association.
Yeah, association country. So I think we have like about most associations per capita or something.
Yeah, and saunas.
Yeah,
and heavy metal bands.
Yeah.
But I think the main reason why we have such an active community in Finland is Vesa. He's very active and being part of IGDA and on a very deep level. I think is a good resource to have.
Yeah, and also I think Vesa Raudasoja is the one we're talking about. So yeah, Vesa is originally from Oulu, so he has strong ties here, and that's why he's been quite active in helping IGDA Oulu as well. So
yeah. What is your relation to IGDA? How much do you utilize them, and how much do they bring you forward or help you along?
Well, I think most of the time we're a sponsor, so we buy the alcohol. So
it's not a bad bad thing to be known for.
Yeah, sometimes they have like sponsors who don't allow like alcohol purchases with the sponsorship money. So that's when we step in and handle the problem. So yeah, but of course otherwise as well, like we might come and have talks there. We have a lot of top talent in the business, so can maybe share some knowledge and stuff like that. So, and also really good networking place as well to see. Even though we're here and we know most people, there's always new companies popping up. You maybe haven't met everybody, so good place to see people as well.
Yeah, I think in general the community part is always the biggest
Yeah.
the biggest thing, and all the information is out there. You know, all the money is out there. It's just a matter of connecting people and
Yeah.
getting it to the right place. So obviously, hill climb racing has been a huge success, both on Finnish and on international standards as well. So how does it feel to be a part of a successful game?
It's a good question. Like we always say that, or try to say that we're in a bubble to kind of keep us awake. That it is actually a bubble. Like we know bubbles exist, and every one of us is inside one or multiple ones. So, but it is awesome. Like there's no going around it. But we're trying to keep our feet on the ground. So and that we kind of realize, because it's a fast market, everything changes. What we're building now might be obsolete, so in a few years or even sooner. So you have to be kind of aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in case you haven't played Hill Climb Racer 2 still, you should go and download it. It's free. I downloaded it. It's a cool game. It's really fun to play. Here and there, I haven't still mastered it, Joe. So I think I need some more time. And so, how many downloads does Hill Climb Racing have right now? Do you have
Hill Climb Racing 2? Just we announced yesterday, I think 50 million downloads, and so across both Hill Climb Racing games, I think we're somewhere maybe 650 million or something. It's difficult to get the exact number anymore.
Yeah.
So.
But it's more than us two. So.
Yeah.
Where do you think it went right? Because 500 million downloads, it's either a really good marketing campaign or it's virality. How do you think, where did that amount of people playing come from?
Well, it's of course it's like combination of many things. It's not like funny thing. It didn't really have any traditional marketing. So the only thing the first game did have was cross promotion. So Tony had some camera applications which he used to advertise himself for free the new game he had built. So that's the kind of original thing. But of course you can't have that kind of success if the product isn't good. So obviously we think it's combination of the physics is awesome. That's one thing that we spend a lot of time on. We have awesome guys who can do physics really well, and also the kind of we call scrappiness of the thing. So it's quite, even now some people are saying that they like the graphics on the first game better than the second one, because it's so unique style. It's not bad graphics per se at all, because it's quite specifically made to look that way. But I don't know. It's everybody remembers that game if they ever saw it. So I think that's a big part of it. So, and of course the driver bill, it's because a lot of driving games have no drivers, and it makes it really impersonal. So having a recognizable character.
It does. It makes a huge difference for sure. People do recognize games from their heroes, right? You got Mario, you got Sonic, and you got all these characters that become part of the experience. Okay, so you must have a lot of plans, and obviously some of them are secret, but maybe there's something that you could share if we don't tell anybody else.
Well,
because we need to know, we have to know. We came all the way here.
Yeah, obviously, like one big strategy-wise theme for us is that we are going to be making more Hill Climb Racing game in the future. Right now, Hill Climb Racing 2 is not going to be obsolete anytime soon, but it's something that we're actively working on to, maybe find another, avenue of, gameplay which works with the IP. But other than that, we have multiple prototypes of all kinds of different games being worked on. So we're in the process of finding what's going to be the next title. So we don't have something that I could say right now which will be the next one, but wow, there's multiple avenues.
Okay.
If you say so. So yeah, and of course we're also publishing games. So we have new games in the publishing pipeline, and I think you're gonna hear from some of them, before the summer probably.
So you do have the right not to comment on this, but we like to ask. We all heard good stories like. So this one time we were hanging out with the guys, and do you have any stories like that, or should I just go and ask Vesa?
Vesa might have sometimes been a part of them. I don't know. I think one thing which is maybe not anymore such a secret is that in Kempele office we have this huge jacuzzi.
I heard the rumors.
Yeah. So and what we sometimes did in the winter is run around the house, maybe straight from the pool out around the house and back to the pool.
Okay.
So something like that.
That might have.
Yeah, and maybe sauna as well. So stuff like that. I don't know. Some might happen in Finland sometimes.
Sometimes in the midnight somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool. What would you be doing if you wouldn't be developing or in the game developing industry?
Good question. I was actually for 1 year in the last 10 years away from games. I was basically in more like, we still used game engines in that company, but for all kinds of these modern ways of showing products to customers. So you now have AR, 3D, VR. So there's gonna be huge change in the market in the way customers see their products, because there's lots of things that you can buy that you won't actually know what they look like before you buy them, like sofas or custom furniture, whatever. So there's like that kind of things going on. That was what I was working on before I found Fingersoft. So I would likely be there still.
Okay.
So, but it was programming, team leading, stuff like that. So difficult to say where that would have went.
Well, are you happy and satisfied now in this world?
Well, you're never satisfied, of course, but yeah, no, it's awesome ride, and I really love working for Fingersoft. I think it's really unique opportunity. I don't think you see this kind of positions opening that often. So, yeah.
Do you have any final words, or you want to say hi to somebody?
Hi, everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, non-specific.
Yeah.
I don't know, if you love working for games, then look to Oulu, I think, for your next job or your study opportunity. I think this is gonna be a big hub in the game industry for many years to come. So, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did you say something? I was just playing your game, so I didn't listen. Yeah, get the game and play it, and I think that's it for now. Let's have a great time in Oulu.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I bet most of you have heard about hill climb racing, but how many of you have tried it actually in real life? Well, I'm gonna drive away with this Jeep, and even though it's from World War II, the tech inside it is actually very modern. It has a 5.8 liter V8 engine with about 400 horsepower. Drift locks and everything is just ready to go. I just hope that this won't roll around and kill us about like 1 million times that Bill has done before. So let's hope we'll keep safe. So that's it. There we go. That's all for this time from Oulu and Fingersoft. I hope to see you in our next episode. If you want to watch some more videos, you got to subscribe from here. And if you want to see another video, you should click here. Thanks for joining us. This is Christoffer logging out from Oulu this time. This is Devs. Bye.